Merry meet and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. A general reading for all signs for today, the 22nd of November, 2023. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Shirley, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, Shirley. Thank you so much, Dre. And thank you to everybody for joining us today. I am reading today with the Golden Tarot by Liz Dean, and I have not. Let's purify with this Vervain, or Verbena, by Panier des Sens. 3 sprays in this big room is more than sufficient. It's a wonderful alternative to burning smudge indoors. If you're watching this on a restream on YouTube and you want to skip through all of the shuffling I'm about to do, just use the timestamps right in the video description. This is a general reading for all signs, so it does go out to a lot of people. If for some reason this doesn't seem to apply to you, you don't have to force anything. It may not be your reading. In that case, just disregard it and check out the zodiacal readings for your individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. You can find the replays of all of the tarot readings right on my website, ariels-corner.com. That's Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. I don't read with card reversals. Sometimes surprises or concerns people when they see me flipping cards right side up, but it's my preferred method of reading and it works fine, I promise. All is well. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you follow us on Twitch. And you can watch on Twitch without ads when you subscribe to us there. We do have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. There's a lot of tarot decks and other magical goodies over there. Those are all affiliate links, which means that we make a small commission off of each and every sale. It's a fun, easy way to support the channel. Another way to support the channel is with a donation. And if you'd like to give a donation, there's a PayPal portal, the URL for which is flashing every so often across your screen. Or you could use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you're on YouTube. And other donation options are available if you go to our website, ariels-corner.com, and just check that donate link right in the footer. All right, well, let's shuffle one more time just because it feels right to do so. And then I'll give this deck a nice clean cut and see what's in the cards for everybody today. Day before Thanksgiving. Just a reminder, we don't stream on Thanksgiving tomorrow. We're all taking the day off. So I hope you have a wonderful day and we'll be back on Friday. Okay, Knight of Wands, 6 of Cups, and 7 of Coins. Yay. This seems to be kind of a theme over the last week, that there's this sort of like this upgrade with your finances and this need for kind of divine intervention in your life. And when you let the divine intervention take over, things change for you, and that this help is there. It's not like that it's coming, it's there. And all the help that you need is already there. And sometimes, and I think you're utilizing it. I think it looks really good. But if you're not utilizing that help, sometimes it's easy to forget that help is available, that help is at hand. Many of us don't want to relinquish our own control over circumstances and ask for something else. And that's fine. You don't have to. That's the whole idea, is that you have free will. You can do whatever you want. But the 6 here is that solar light experience, which is the divine design, which is what your soul came in here to do. Your soul has its own will. And sometimes, or usually, the soul's will is at odds with, it's better to say the ego's will is at odds with the soul's will. And the reason why is simply just because that's how it's programmed. It's programmed to be at odds. It's programmed to self-destruct. But if you are calling on that solar light, if you're looking at that higher power, if you're looking to align with your soul's will, none of that really matters. It really doesn't matter, because once that divine design is the reality, it takes over, everything sort of shakes out, and these upgrades are imminent. The only issue sometimes with these any kind of upgrade or any kind of transformation in your life is at first it can seem scary. It isn't scary, but it can seem scary because it's so different from what you're used to. And a lot of times we would just rather have the familiar because it's not so threatening to our egos. We would rather just have what's familiar, even though it's not really what we want. Because really going out on a limb and saying, okay, I'm here for the divine design, it's scary because then things are going to change and it's not going to be the same. And the ego tries to convince us, oh, you don't want to do that because then you're going to lose everything that's important to you. And you're going to have to live a life of spirituality and not have any fun and not have what you want. And that's the opposite of the truth. That's the life the life of not having what you want is the life we live until we invite that spirit in, until we invite that divine design in. And the divine design is such that it's divine. It includes everything that makes us happy. You know, there are obviously some things that make us happy that aren't really, that we think make us happy or we think would make us happy that aren't really that good for us. But those things are easy to rethink. It's really not the threat it's not at all the threat that the ego sometimes wants to present to us. Okay, we have this beautiful 10 of coins, beautiful 3 of coins, and a wonderful Knight of coins. Well, how coiny can you be? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 6 cards are coins. I would say this is a time for financial prosperity, not just financial upgrades and turnarounds, but actual prosperity. And it seems like for some of you that prosperity already came, and that many of you are thinking, oh, now what? Now what do I do? How can I get it back? There's no getting, you don't need to get it back. It didn't really go anywhere because you have to, it's really hard for us sometimes to differentiate between the manifestation of our good and our good. So the manifestation of your financial prosperity appears to happen in time. And then the ego mind says, okay, well, that's done. Now we got to start all over again. Or maybe we won't ever get that kind of prosperity again. Or now that money's got to get spent and there's just never going to be enough. There's just never going to be enough. Whereas the spirit says, don't confuse the manifestation with the prosperity. That was just one manifestation. There's infinite amounts of manifestation that are available to you. This is spirit talking. So don't get tripped up by your ego. Don't get tripped up by putting your prosperity and by limiting your prosperity to any particular manifestation. Yeah, many of you had a good manifestation of prosperity in the past, but don't let your ego say, well, now that's over. Well, no, it's not, because your prosperity is within you. And not only is your prosperity within you, but wherever you don't feel like you are capable of manifesting what you need, help is at hand. And Spirit knows what you need. Spirit knows exactly what you need. Infinite intelligence knows what your rent is. Infinite intelligence knows what your bills are. Infinite intelligence knows what your goals are. So those things are baked into everything. The thing that gets us in the way of our prosperity is not that we didn't figure it out right, or there's something, there's some kind of trick that we have to figure out. The thing that gets in the way of our prosperity is our ego mind putting it into time and limiting it in time, limiting it to specific things as if those manifestations are the prosperity. Your job is not your prosperity. Your job is one of many channels of prosperity. Your client is not your prosperity. It's just a channel through which your prosperity manifests. Your possessions aren't your prosperity. That was just one manifestation. And those things eventually need to get replaced. Those things, wear out. They need to be replaced. That's how the physical world operates. So don't allow your ego to hypnotize you into thinking, okay, these things that happened in time are the limited resources that you have. And once those things dry up, you might be in trouble. So you better be careful. Don't think that way. Instead, start to think in terms of that solar light coming through you and allowing you to be magnetic to all your good at every moment of time and point of space when you need it. And to trust that those things will manifest when you need them. Because that's the trick to all manifestation, is that it follows your mind. It follows your thinking and your attitudes. And if your thinking and your attitudes are, oh, I don't have enough and I'm running out, and once these things wear out, I won't be able to afford to replace them, or whatever that is, then your deep mind gets busy and says, okay, well, that's how it is then. Okay, that's how we're going to have things. But if you open your mind to another way of thinking and say, Spirit, show me your idea of what prosperity means, then you realize that you're not limited at all in how your prosperity manifests. You're not limited at all. You can have every need met instantaneously if you get your mind right, if you get your attitude right, and you don't think that it's up to you to figure out every little aspect of it. Aren't you glad? That should make, I remember when I finally realized, oh, it's not up to me to figure it all out, and I can still have what I want. Oh, thank goodness, because I suck at this. It's just like, woo, I'm so glad it's not just up to me, because if it was up to me, I would just not have anything. Nothing would work out for me. So that's good news. That's the good news of this reading, is that you can have everything that you want. All of your needs can be met, and then some. And you don't have to do it with stress and strain. All you have to do is allow yourself to be elevated into a new way of thinking, and just realize that your deep mind follows the blueprints that we give it. So be careful of how you are perceiving your prosperity. If you're perceiving your prosperity as finite and in time and, oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I do? I'll never make it. I'll never make it. Your deep mind is very obedient and will say, okay, we'll do that then. Let's get it that way. But if you say, well, wait a minute, let's change that thought. Let's say, I'm open and willing for my prosperity to manifest in whatever way infinite intelligence sees is the highest for me. Well, a lot of times the ego will say, don't do that. And it'll convince you the don't do that is all about, no, you have to be in charge, because you don't want to just be a machine. You don't want to just be a robot. You do it for me. You do it for me. Well, the ego is lying to you. It's never you do it for me. It's what's best for me. And then infinite intelligence shows you, and then you get busy and it tells you what to do. It shows you what to do. And then you become the student rather than the master. And when you're the student of prosperity, you get shown how to have everything you want. Whereas if you're the master, you're stuck with what you already know and there is nothing more. Right? So it's not that you become a machine. It's not that you become a robot and just that infinite intelligence makes you do what it wants. It's that you are allowing yourself to be guided and led as to what your soul desires. And when your soul starts to show you what it desires for you, you get excited and you start doing those things and everything starts working out for you. And it's a beautiful thing. And so that's what today's reading is all about, is learning the true nature of prosperity. And it's not just about the individual manifestations of it. It's about a lifestyle of prosperity. And that you don't have to worry about money anymore. You don't have to worry about things anymore. That you are in the flow, and that everything is working out for you in marvelous, miraculous, wonderful ways. And start thinking like that, and start noticing how, as you start thinking like that, things start behaving like that, because you really are the master. You really are the master. All right, what a beautiful reading. Wow. Well, there's not one negative thing in the book, in the reading here, but I just wanted to share with you today that you are highly treasured by infinite intelligence, and infinite intelligence wants you to prosper. And so you are being given all the help that you require to have everything that you need to be happy. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much to the amazing moderators. Today we had the lovely Shirley and the lovely Dre. We are out tomorrow, but we will see you on Friday for another general reading. Blessed be.